Hi Capricorn, this is your forecast for the month of November 2016. This is a general reading for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, or Capricorn Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a personal reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited my site before, you'll need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. In Capricorn, I know that your time is valuable, so thank you for tuning into my channel. So now the first week of November, you've gained some clarity about something. You've come to the truth of a situation, and maybe this was by force. But it could be that this is a week where you're very creative. You're coming up with a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts. Maybe you're in an intellectual endeavor. Maybe you are dealing with people who are very assertive, or you're having to be that. You're dealing with authoritative people. For some of you, maybe you're dealing with people who are a little bit sharp in their speech. For others of you, this could be a legal situation where you're dealing with agreements or contracts or legal issues or lawyers or administrators of some sort. For others of you, this may be about medical issues where you're dealing with, medical specialists, surgeons, surgery. Whatever it is, this week there's a new beginning with regard to the way you think and the way that you communicate. So you could be involved in a situation where there's a choice to be made, and maybe you or the other party is waiting for a move or a decision on some part, but because you've gained the truth this week, you are clear about where the flaws are in a particular situation or in a relationship, and this should give you the clarity to make the necessary adjustments. Now, some of you are involved in something intellectual or creative, and so you may be getting introduced to some new concepts, some new ideas. And if you're involved in a relationship, this could be a week where you're changing the way you communicate for the better. But this indicates that someone, you or the other person, is thinking about a relationship in a different way. You may have contacts with people where there's some really stimulating conversation and dialogue between you. Now, this is probably something that may be a bit of a surprise. Maybe this is some unexpected news, or something that connects to the past, or some unexpected encounter you have with another person. For some of you, this is like a wake up to open yourself up to some new possibilities. Now, the second week, you have the 8 of Cups. And so it's possible that someone is leaving, but it's more likely that whatever truth you arrived at last week, maybe there was some disappointment from it and you have decided to move on from it. You're moving on from some situation that was unsatisfactory to you on some level. So there may be some disappointment, as I said. Maybe you're breaking away from something. The sword could indicate that you have severed some ties to other people. But you are probably wanting to turn your back on a difficult situation and rejecting something that doesn't serve you anymore. You're interested in moving your energy, your interests, your emotions in a new direction. So this could be, when you make a job change, or you're looking for a new relationship, or you're relocating, maybe you're traveling. But the truth that you received has been a reality check for you, And now you're going within in order to right your equilibrium and gain some clarity of purpose. So this is a week where you are deciding to do your own thing. You want to drive your own path and make your own decisions. And so if in the past you have been conflicted in any way about a situation, maybe your emotions were at odds, maybe you were struggling with something to come to terms with it, this is a week where it's going to be easier for you to put that to rest and move on, to move away from situations that have been holding you back, tethering you to situations where you couldn't be free and act as an individual, things that were preventing you from making progress. And this could be a week where you find, surprisingly, that it's easier for you to maybe save something or take charge of a situation, or if need be, as I said, to walk away from something or walk away from a relationship, or even walk away from some habits that you have that have been working against you. For others of you, you are, whatever truth that you've encountered has been difficult. It's not what you were expecting, and maybe you're even beating yourself up about it. And so the situation is challenging for you, and you may go off on your own to think. You may be working out some inner things, trying to figure out just where you stand in a situation. So this could either be a week of, moving on because you want to take greater control and harness your own personal power and focus your will on your own interests, or you feel stuck because of what you've learned, and now you're going within to figure out where you go from here. Now, the third week, you have a card of the manifester. So you have a lot at your disposal. Largely your own resources, who you are and what you bring to bear. This could also be contact with the important men in your life, sons, brothers, boyfriends, fathers, whoever is, has an important influence over your life. If this was a medical issue, maybe you were traveling to go see the doctor, because this could be a medical specialist of some sort. It could be, maybe you were getting in contact with a surgeon, but this person could be some type of medical specialist or researcher or neurosurgeon or therapist. This is somebody that has some kind of technical expertise. So if this was an intellectual project, maybe you're getting involved with somebody who has a special skill, or they know how to use some kind of equipment or some kind of tool. Maybe this is an artist. Some of you, this could be the week where you're focused on building your own business. Maybe you left something and you want to create your own thing. And so you are working on sales and marketing, promoting, putting yourself out there. And this is a good week for you to do that. This is about you being committed to your own personal power. Now, some of you, when this card is operating in the negative, maybe you're dealing with people who are manipulating a situation in order to look powerful or to gain power. So this could be somebody who's selfish or who is ineffectual. This is somebody who is claiming they know more than they actually do. They're overconfident in their own skills or their own knowledge. And so in essence, this could be a con artist. But at its best, this is you relying on you. You have all that you need at hand. If you think it, you can make it happen. This week, you have the ability to make quick, sound decisions. You know how to solve problems. If you're learning something, you may be in a process where you're trying to get it just right. So there may be some trial and error involved in it. But you're able to come up with the answers, and largely by relying on yourself, by applying your own personal will constructively in order to move forward. So this could be a week where you are very confident. You're not afraid to take a stand on an issue. You're ready to move forward for your own success. And relying on yourself brings you success. So this could be a week where you get some kind of recognition for what you do and who you are. You're being rewarded for your efforts and for your services. Now, because it's all happening so quickly, you may feel, just like the magician can suddenly disappear, you may feel that your success is, not solid, that, any gains you make could easily, disappear. But that is largely, in the mind. The warning for this week is not to be impatient, to not be arrogant, to not be so self-centered that you disregard other people and their opinions, their advice, or even that you become so self-reliant that you refuse any kind of assistance offered to you. And be careful about your temper this week, that you don't lash out at others in ways that end up working against you. So this week requires patience. You're almost there. You are working on the foundation of something, and it's obviously something you believe in, so that it's something that's worth waiting for. For others of you, again, you are being reminded to be careful in your approach. This is not the week for you to be impulsive. Now, the last week of November, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So the latter half of November is significant for you because you have these two major cards and back to back. So this is the card about taking a risk or travel or money or the future. And this could very well be a change for the better this week. You could get some kind of advancement, or an opportunity could cross your path. There could be some very important developments for you, situations that improve something and very quickly, or you could be making decisions that connect to your fate, your destiny, the future. So this could be a week where, things suddenly turn around. For some of you, this is going to be mundane. It's going to have something to do with your vehicle, your car. Now, the wheel is always turning, and it can turn either way. So for some of you, this could be a week of failure, where you receive some unexpected setbacks, or there's some stagnation. You're disappointed about something, and you feel as if you're stuck in a rut. And again, you could be resistant to some beneficial changes. But because this is about change, this is about changing also your perspective about things. You have a large influence on the circumstances that occur this week. This is a card of instant karma, whereby your actions, your attitudes, has a great impact and can immediately change the course of a situation based on you and what you do. Some things that have been hanging in the balance for you can go either way based on your actions. So if you've had some financial issues that you've been grappling with, you may go deep within and draw upon your emotional resources in order to get through. And vice versa. If you had an emotional issue, you may really focus on solidifying your material foundation in some way. So this is going to make you resourceful on some level. And it could be that you come to realize that a choice that you made in the past that at the time seemed to be the wrong choice, ultimately now the wheel turns around and you find out that indeed it was the right choice. And it's going to be a choice that moves you toward the victory that you're hoping to gain. So this is a week for you to be responsible, take on as much responsibility as you can, even volunteering to do more than your fair share, because you'll find that that's going to be your ticket to success. So this is a week again where you can take charge, make some changes to make things turn out better than you had hoped. And this is largely dependent on using your personal strengths, which the Magician card says that you have in spades, and you'll find that things will quickly and easily turn around for you, that you'll be able to overcome any challenge surmount any problem, deal with any issue. Now, for some of you, the ones that, in week 2, you had the card where some of you were still struggling with whatever truth that you were facing. You were in a challenging situation and you may not have gotten your bearing yet. And for you, you may be working against new opportunities specifically because of some past mistakes that you've made. So be careful that you're not taking things for granted, because this wheel is going to enhance your luck. But you may not notice the luck if you're, focused elsewhere. You may consider something that happens that is lucky for you. You may consider that to be insignificant where it's very important. Or there could be a circumstance where things didn't fall the way just the way that you wanted them to. And that ended up actually being a blessing for you. So again, you are urged this week not to be impatient, not to be intolerant, not to shun any kind suggestions or any constructive criticism. So your confidence is about to be tested this week, obviously, and make sure that you're not in a position where you are expecting too much from something or even too little for something. And that's from life as well as yourself. So this could very well be the week where you reap the fruits of your efforts, where you need to maintain a sense of gratitude. And if things have taken a turn for the worst, you need to shift away from any kind of scarcity mentality that you are harboring. These last 2 cards are very karmic, and they are cards that you have earned on a karmic level, good or bad, because of your recent actions or behavior. Now, the underlying energy is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is earth energy, and this could very well be you, or it could be another earth sign, a Virgo or a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, male or female. And this Knight, of course, is on a mission, as all are the as are all the Knights. So this Knight is concerned with stability, and he's on a quest to make that happen. So this is a month where you're going to want to see some progress, some tangible results from your efforts. But just know that, again, patience is being required of you. You're moving in the right direction, albeit slowly. So this is a month where your finances very well could improve. You may receive some unexpected income. You're having to apply yourself in a practical manner. Use your common sense. This is about working hard, and there could be issues that come up throughout the month that connect to loyalty or faithfulness or service. Some of you, because there's a strong focus on security and finance, you may be dealing with accountants or money managers. You may be, dealing with land. For others of you, this is, again, focused on creative pursuits, and maybe you're dealing with tradespeople or craftspeople, people that work in the industry that you're in, people that work with their hands. But this is very work-oriented and doing something in a methodical way. Now, some of you, this is about loyalty again, being a loyal friend, being a faithful lover. For others of you, this is about craftsmanship, being a designer, doing something well. Sometimes, again, there may be issues about a lack of imagination. That could be a problem at some point during the month, and maybe you get some new ideas. But this is about building something. Now, for others of you, this could be a month where there's some things connected to some dishonest financial transactions. So be aware of that. And maybe that is what, if you're dealing with a con artist who has some impact on your future or your money, maybe there's something that happens in a transaction connected to your money. Or perhaps you're dealing with somebody who is irresponsible and creates or involves you in some kind of debt. For others of you, you're being too pushy. This is a card to tell you to slow down. You're you're trying to make things happen too quickly, or you're being complacent. So now, if this is a relationship, for some of you, this could be a secret love affair. Or maybe this is a month where you get involved in some activities that actually open up some more social or romantic opportunities for you. But whatever it is, this is a month where you are interested in what is solid, what is reliable, and what is true. And so you're not interested in forming connections to people that are not, for the long term, that are not solid, not dependable, and not steady. You're inclined toward long-term relationships. So this could be a month where you focus on creating something of lasting value for yourself. And for many of you, if this is a health issue, maybe you need to take some time to, look after yourself, to recognize your own worth and value. Now, situations this month are largely going to center around your sense of personal security, your belonging, and that's going to be the motivating factor behind your decisions and behind your actions. And it's also going to connect to your desire for recognition. So however you pursue that, or the decisions that you make with regard to gaining recognition, is either going to create you some type of success, or depending on how you play the game, it could cost you your success. So you don't have any wands in this reading. And so one of the issues could be, a lack of motivation, a lack of ambition or drive, or the energy to move something forward. So maybe the Knight of Pentacles, this is the slowest knight in the deck. So maybe there's an issue somewhere about moving too slowly. Maybe this is in connection to an agreement regarding travel, or an agreement regarding money, or an agreement that concerns your future. And could be some disappointment in connection to that agreement, or maybe you are moving on from that agreement, or you're deciding to form a new one. It could be that you are involved with somebody who has bearing on your income, and maybe that person is affecting you in a negative way, or perhaps you're getting the resources that you need in whatever way that is, knowledge, information, financial, emotional, in order to move forward with your future. All right, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. The more you engage with me, the more I enjoy what I'm doing. So for those of you who've already offered your support, please know that I am grateful and committed to you. Have a wonderful November, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.